Hello, welcome back to That Mom. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing wonderful. I'm in my PJ shirt. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it is. Do you like it? Dream on. I don't wear this everywhere, but my sweet friend got it for me for my birthday, so I'm wearing it today. And I just did my makeup actually because I'm getting ready to go to church, but I thought, oh, well, I'm gonna make a video real quick. So here we go. So I have been so blessed to have, so it's been a week, but I had family here for 3 weeks. They've been gone a week, and it was my Nana and Papa, and they were here in our home, hanging out with us in our spare room. They stayed. It was so nice. And then, so they were here a week, and then the second week they were here, me and Julian and Gabby flew to Anaheim to meet the rest of my family. To go to Disneyland, and my grandparents stayed here with our Cocker Spaniel, crazy dog puppy, Minnie, and then we came back and they were here for another week. So it has been so fun. I did not record any videos except for some Disneyland videos for you. Maybe you've seen those. There's day 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then some ride videos. If you want to check those out, you can check out my videos. So today, while my Nana was here, my Nana and Papa, there was a Beth conference. She came to the city that I live in, and I wasn't planning on going, and I didn't have a ticket because I knew my grandparents were going to be here, and I didn't want to leave them, and because I wanted to spend as much time with them as possible. But my Nana knows how much I love Beth Moore, and she was like, you have to go to the conference. And so she was gonna buy me a ticket, and it ends up that I was blessed with a ticket, and I got to go to the conference. So I wanted to share with you just a couple of my top takeaways, a few things that really spoke to me. So here we go. So if you don't know, I love Beth Moore. I have done so many Beth Moore Bible studies, read so many of her books. She is definitely just one of, to me, just such a hero of the faith, just a woman who knows the word, preaches the word, and I just so enjoy her Bible studies. So the conference, the theme was Generate, and she was talking about how we are called to generate faith, and we are called to generate things in our life. And so I just want to share with you a couple things that were the top takeaways for me. One of the points she made was that God commands us to generate, and that means that we are responsible for a generation, and we need to be spiritual mothers. And I thought it was such a great word, just because I think that so often we, especially when we're moms of our own children, we kind of like, sorry, my hair is falling out because I haven't put up with a makeup brush. I don't know why, but because it's soaking wet. But we like forget about other kids and like other people in our lives, whether it's a young woman or whatever it may be that the Lord has called us to minister to. So she just really talked about being a spiritual mother and really knowing who it is in our life that we're called to mentor and love on. And so that was a really great thing for me to take away. And the question was, who are our children that we didn't birth? And so I thought that was a great question to kind of take away and think about. Another thing she said is that to generate, we must communicate. And so we must communicate our story. We must communicate what the Lord has done in our lives. And so that was a great thing that I took away. You know, again, just being a mom, I spend so much time in my house and kind of in my own little like Mom and Gabby world, you know, that I sometimes forget to communicate all the greatness that the Lord has done in my life to the people I see throughout the day or that I encounter. So just to be more aware of that was my takeaway, and make sure I'm communicating that, which I'm communicating to you. So thank you for hanging out. Another point that she made, which I totally love this one, and this is probably the one I'm going to spend the most time on, is eliminate what we don't want to generate. And that is so good to me. So what she talked about was just what we will pass on what we possess, and so I need to possess what I want to pass on. So I'm gonna say that again, okay? We will pass on what we possess. So I need to possess what I want to pass on. Okay, so it goes in two ways. So I need to eliminate the things I don't want to pass on. And so for me personally, I am very prone to having anxiety, feeling anxious about things, living in fear. I do not want to pass those on to Gabby. So really for me in my walk with the Lord, and what it really spoke to me is just being so mindful of those things that I want to eliminate, which is an anxious spirit, a spirit of fear. I don't even want those things in our home, and I don't want those things to be on Gabby. So I want to eliminate those things. So in my own personal time with the Lord, my devotional time, I am really working on eliminating those things and allowing the Lord to just wash those things out of my life. And in turn, what are the things I want to pass on that I need to possess? So that was just a really great takeaway for me to come home and in my personal time with the Lord really think about those things. And another thing I thought, and she talked about this greatly and made some really amazing points, is that so often we just fall into that mindset of, well, that's just the way I am. That's just the way my mom is and my grandma and every woman from here till BC and my family line they've all dealt with that, and how that's just such a trap of the enemy over our life, and that we are called to be free, and that the Lord has freedom for us, and we don't possess that, and we don't take that on because we feel like everyone in my family has dealt with depression and anxiety, so that's just who I am, that's just the way it's going to be for me, and that we can break that off, and that generationally that curse doesn't need to live upon us anymore, and so that we don't pass that on to our little ones, and especially on to our grandchildren and our children's children's children. So yeah, that was just a really solid thing for me that I took away from that. And another one, let's see. Oh yes, another point that she talked about was just getting real and not impersonating. And if you've seen my Be Real video, you know that I am working on being real, and that's really important to me. And that we can't impersonate, that we need to be who God has called us to be. That I possess something that I need to bring to the world, and you do, and something that only you have, that only you can bring to your children, to your families, to your ministries, to your workplace. So don't impersonate. Don't be someone you're not. Be who you are. Be who God called you to be. So those were my top takeaways from the conference. The whole thing was amazing, and if I could sit here for hours and just give you every point, but it wasn't my word to preach. These are just the things I took away from it personally. I would highly suggest women out there, the Beth Moore conference is amazing. I will put a link below of her website so you can see if she has any conferences in your area. But just an encouragement, it is so great to get away maybe for a weekend, or just even, it was just a night and then the next morning. I spent the night at my own house. I didn't even go anywhere. But just to be really refilled, just really leave refreshed, spend some time with some women, and just really be able to get a great word and have that be my sole focus. Obviously, I attend church on a weekly basis, and I love that. But I really think going to a conference or a retreat through your church, whether it's a women's retreat or some sort of conference, is really refreshing and really great for your faith and your walk with the Lord. So I hope that encouraged you today. I definitely am taking all of your guys' special requests into consideration. I have them all written in my little black book of things that you guys have posted in the comments. I have ministry burnout. What else do I have in here? Coming up, I have some about my relationship with the Lord, how I maintain that, what I do. I have a setting the temperature in your home video coming. So just make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, and thank you so much for checking out That Mom, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!